Newspaper headlines this morning. We're starting with the Guardian newspaper. Lagos urges residents to participate in Waste to Wealth initiative. The Lagos State government has urged all residents to participate in the state Waste to Wealth initiative to promote a circular economy. This initiative aims to reduce the amount of waste ending up in landfills, encourage the reuse of waste, and promote recycling of waste for a sustainable environment. Making the call during a television talk show, the Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, emphasized the importance of building a waste management culture that all residents must adopt for proper environmental sanitation. 16 vessels to arrive at Lagos Port with petroleum and other goods. The Nigerian Port Authority (NPA) says 16 ships laden with petroleum products, food items, and other goods are expected to arrive at Apapa and Tinkan Island Port in Lagos. NPA, in its daily shipping position on Tuesday, said that the expected vessels would arrive from October 27 to October 29. It said that 6 of the expected ships contained crude oil, 5 ships were laden with aviation fuel, while the remaining 5 contained gasoline, diesel, gas oil, and containers of different products. Edo REC urges Nigerians to participate in voter registration. The resident electoral commissioner, REC for Edo State, Professor Anogbum Onoha, has urged Nigerian citizens to participate in the ongoing voter registration exercise and get their permanent voter cards, PVC, ahead of the 2027 elections. Onoha emphasized that active participation in the electoral process begins with voter registration, describing it as a civic duty that empowers citizens to choose their leaders and shape the nation's future. Still on the Guardian newspaper, Obi worries about drug trafficking through courier services. Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Peter Obi, has expressed a deep concern over reports that drug traffickers are increasingly using courier and delivery services to distribute narcotics across Nigeria. Obi, in a statement on his X handle yesterday, described the trend as a sad reflection of how deep our national decay has become, warning that the infiltration of criminal networks into the logistics sector exposes the weakness of Nigeria's regulatory and security institutions. WSCIJ warns against misuse of Cybercrime Act to silence journalists. The Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism, WSCIJ, has raised the alarm over the persistent misuse of the Cybercrime Act and outdated criminal laws to stifle press freedom and civic expression in Nigeria, describing the trend as a serious threat to democracy and accountability. The organization stated this in Lagos yesterday during the public presentation of the 8th 2024 Media Monitoring Report titled Shrinking Freedoms, Journalism and Civic Space Status Report. NLC rejects proposed NS-SDF bill, mobilizes members. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has vowed to mobilize its entire membership and ally with the civil society to resist in totality the proposed Nigeria Social Security Trust Fund NS-SDF bill, which is currently at the National Assembly. NLC President Joe Ajaero, in a statement yesterday, said the bill was clearly not a reform, but a brazen and unpatriotic act of class warfare, strategically maneuvered by elements within the state apparatus to expropriate and plunder the collective wealth of the working class and accrued from workers' sweat and blood. Moving on to the Punch newspaper, Hurricane Tinubu, Taraba, Plateau, Adamawa governors face defection dilemma. Concerns are deepening that Nigeria may be drifting towards a one-party state as the once dominant People's Democratic Party struggles to retain its few remaining strongholds following a wave of defections by its governors to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. The paper reports that 4 people 4 PDP governors in the North are considering switching to the APC ahead of the 2027 elections. Coup controversy. Military interrogates MD, raid ex-governor's house. Military investigators probing an alleged plot to overthrow President Bola Tinubu are reportedly grilling a managing director of a federal government agency in the South region. The Punch has learned two intelligence officers confirmed that the MD was arrested for allegedly transferring a huge sum of money to a former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, who was figured as one of the financiers of the alleged plot to forcefully change the government. And still on the Punch newspaper, Senate set to grill new service chiefs today. The Senate will today, Wednesday, possibly confirm the newly appointed service chiefs nominated by President Bola Tinubu as part of ongoing effort to revamp the nation's security architecture. Tinubu, in a letter read during Tuesday's plenary by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, urged lawmakers to give expeditious consideration to the nominees. Moving on to the explainer now. FG, strategic investment in staple crops will reduce post-harvest losses. The federal government said recently in Abuja that strategic and robust investment in staple crops such as tomato, cassava, and maize would foster productivity, reduce post-harvest losses, strengthen food security, and ensure strong financial returns to investors. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, according to a statement by the head of the ministry's information, Eziaja Ikemefona, made this known while presenting a paper titled Investment Opportunities in Tomato, Maize and Cassava Value Chains at Hand in Hand, HIH Investment Forum. And that's it on the newspaper headlines this morning. You can pick up a copy and read more on any of these stories. My name is Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening.